You're saying this is the year for Jason Tatum to prove himself as an MVP or an MVP
as
caliber
a
player.
top-tiered, one of the best wings he is one of the best wings, but
Yeah.
the.
I know what you're saying.
There's
Like
guys,
the guy.
There's guys, and then there's those guys.
But my thing,
you know what I mean?
People
put Jason Tatum above those guys, and that's not true. He's not there yet.
My only pushback to that comment.
He's not on the level as Giannis. He's not on the level as Joel Embiid. He's not on the level as Kevin Durant.
I think he's on the level of Kevin Durant and Joel Embiid right now.
I don't think so.
I just think he's not on the level of Giannis.
I don't think
but
so.
that's a
Look
big
at the
check
guys
to cash.
I compared him to. Kevin Durant has multiple rings.
Yeah, but
Giannis
he shut down
has
Kevin Durant last season.
But all right, he shut him down. I agree. But when it came time to win, like, he didn't perform on the biggest stage.
I mean, that could be said about a lot of players their first time around.
The players that I've named all performed on the big stage, with the exception of Joel Embiid.
Wait, when has Kevin Durant played at the highest level?
I want to say on the Warriors.
On the Warriors,
yeah.
Right? But when he faced LeBron in OKC, he lost. When it was time to face the Warriors,
I agree.
Up 3-1, he lost.
He didn't do anything until he got to a good team. I agree, but he still has Finals MVP. So,
but my thing about it is, it's just like it's nice. It's nice playing. Jason Tatum is not playing with Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson caliber player. Jason Tatum is playing with another 1B, which is Jaylen Brown.
But he has a good supporting cast, and Marcus Smart and Al Horford. They just signed him to an extension.
But you can't sit here and say that Jason Tatum is not on KD's level. And KD had more than what Jason Tatum working with now.
There's nothing anyone you can talk about in the comments. You're not proving to me that he is.
When has Kevin Durant played defense at the caliber of Jason Tatum right now, other than when he was on the Warriors?
It doesn't have to be.
But what I'm saying is, you're saying that Jason Tatum is not on Kevin Durant's level.
Not yet. Not yet.
But what has Kevin Durant done to prove?
You have to be consistent. You have to go back and do it again and do the same thing.
KD didn't do that without the Warriors. KD didn't do that without the Warriors.
KD's been doing it all his career.
KD didn't do it without the Warriors.
KD did in OKC.
KD went to the finals once in OKC and then lost 3-1.
Same thing as Jason Tatum. He did. I'm not saying lost 3-1. But he led his team to the finals with a good supporting cast and lost in the finals. Same thing Jason Tatum did.
Okay. And my thing is, you're saying that Jason Tatum is not on. So if it's the same, if it's the same thing, then how is Jason Tatum not KD?
Want to know why? Because at that point, I didn't have KD over LeBron at that point. It was LeBron that everyone's comparing to KD at that point.
Okay, and now you have Giannis over Jason Tatum, which is basically the equal now.
No, my thing is, you had LeBron, right?
Yes.
Let's take it back.
Yeah.
You had LeBron on Miami Heat. You had Kevin Durant taking the team, leading them to the finals, and then people may have tried at that point in time, back in 2012, argue that Kevin Durant was a better player than LeBron. They're fanatics. I never agreed, though. I always thought LeBron was better than KD. Now, you flip the switch, and KD, he has the rings. He's on the super team, and Jason Tatum leads his team to the finals against the Warriors. KD already accomplished 2 rings at this time and 2 finals MVPs. I'm not going to put Jason Tatum, a player who just did it for the first time, over a player on Kevin Durant's level.
But Kevin Durant is about to be 35, though.
Right.
So my thing about it is Kevin Durant is past his prime. So when you're telling me that
he's not past his prime,
he's about to be. Kevin Durant's averaging 30 a night. He's averaging 30 a night.
That's not past my prime.
But what I'm saying is that like KD's a bona fide scorer,
right?
But he's not a two-way player right now, or he's not like
Jason
he's
Tatum
not doing LeBron things.
He's approaching it. I'm not saying he's not. He's
not
there is not a slight against him.
It's hard to approach.
I'm not saying he can't get there.
It's hard to approach it, and he's averaging 30 just like KD.
He keep doing it. Continue. It's 20 games in.
I understand.
Continue. Let's say he's at 60, 70 games in. What if his numbers drop to 26, 27?
Reem.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's still good. I'm not saying it's bad, but
so what if KD's drops 26, 27 because he can't handle the load?
KD already proved it through years of play, though.
But we're talking about right now. You're saying right now,
tenured season.
You're saying right now that Jason Tatum is not above KD when it comes to Eastern Conference. And what I'm trying to tell you is that for me it's different because I just watched this man sweep the Nets last year and lock down KD in the process.
You wanna know why? I'm still blaming. I don't want to get all political, but I'm blaming Kyrie for that one. If you have James Harden and Kyrie and you have Kevin Durant and they're all playing, the Nets are winning the championship that year. If there's no drama. I'm sorry.
So the only difference about last year was that they were missing James Harden. And you blame...
They're missing... No.
They're
missing James Harden and Kyrie was a part-time player.
Let me finish my point.
Go ahead.
The difference in what you're saying right now between last year is that they were missing James Harden, meaning that the trade for Ben Simmons never happens. You're saying that last season, if you add James Harden and Stir compared to what it was last season, they would have beaten the Celtics.
We're talking about last season.
Last season. So with the same team.
If Kyrie plays 100% of the games, there's consistency. James Harden never gets traded, and they play 50 games together. That trio there, they're going to the championship and they're winning.
Okay, but that's not what happened.
It didn't happen.
But now what I'm saying is, so this season, what if the same thing happens? So you just realize that the Nets with all three players, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant, and Ben Simmons, lost to a Joel Embiid-less, Maxey-less, and Harden-less team, 76ers.
Right.
So my thing about
it is, things like that happen.
But what do you think is going to happen in the postseason? If that can happen in the regular season,
in a 7-game series, they're not losing 7 games.
So we've talked about this. We saw Kyrie Irving, we saw Patty Mills, we saw we saw Curry, we saw Bruce Brown and KD all on the court at the same time against the Celtics. What do you think is going to happen in the offseason this year?
This will be the year that Jason Tatum gets there. He's not there yet, 20 games into the season. I'm not overreacting.
The battle to me is not between Jason Tatum and KD. The battle for me is Jason Tatum and Giannis. I think Jason Tatum has proven himself to be a better candidate than Joel Embiid and Kevin Durant. I don't think he needs to prove himself against those other two people. Because right now, let's be honest, he's beating both of them.
We always overreact to stats, points.
No, overreacting.
What has he proven?
Overreacting.
What has he proven?
Overreacting is Devin Booker.
What has Jason Tatum proved?
Jason Tatum has
that his team can make the finals.
Jason Tatum has proved that he could be a top contender in the Eastern Conference.
How many players can you say that for?
You cannot say that for a lot of players. List them. List them.
You say a top player on a contending team?
Yes.
John Morant, a top player on a contending team.
But he's brand new. He's part of Jason Tatum's generation.
Yeah. So you want to name players in his class or just players in general?
So go into the last generation of players. Talking about the KDs of the world? And yeah, sure. During KD's tenure, name players that have consistently proven to be a top contender.
Jason Tatum hasn't been consistent.
That's my thing.
Second or third.
That's
I want to say this is his second season
Reem.
when you're comparing him to the likes of players.
No,
like
because
KD.
he's made it to the Eastern Conference Finals
last year was
on
the first
occasions.
time players were comparing Jason Tatum to Kevin Durant and LeBron to the world.
That's fine, but you can't say he has
level.
Wait, but my point
not play
is
style like on their level.
No, my point is you cannot say that Jason Tatum hasn't been consistent, and this is like his third or fourth Eastern Conference appearance. You cannot say that Jason Tatum hasn't been consistent, and you compare him to Devin Booker's, Zach LaVine's, Bradley Beal's, players that have not been consistent at all, and they've had the top spot for
when
points.
James Harden was consistently bringing his team to the Western Conference Finals on the Rockets or just playoff contention and whatever he was doing. We weren't saying he's better than Kobe or he's better than D Wade.
But we were saying he was in that conversation.
You can compare his play style.
We were saying that if James Harden gets one ring, he's automatically better than Dwayne Wade. Yes. And you knew, that's exactly my point, because I didn't even have to say the name, because that was a conversation. So that's what I'm saying is the conversation right now.
It was.